So here is the next one up. It is a self-propelled Troy-Bilt, not too old. It's a 2009 with the 675 auto choke on it. It's got bad cables, at least the blade stop cable. I think I've got one that I can use though. And then the self-propel cable is very stiff and it's not moving, so I don't know if it is the cable itself or if it is the self-propel mechanism. Smells like old gas, and it is full of oil. I just tilted it on its side, so. And the mower does have compression, so I'm not too worried about that. I'll have to, because that seems pretty stiff, I'll have to take the auto choke arm out of the lever on the exhaust, like I did that Craftsman a while back. But right now I'm taking off, and it has the bag too, which is nice. But right now I'm taking off the self-propel mechanism here on the front, or the covers at least, which isn't the easiest on these newer MTD mowers. I have one bolt here and one bolt right there that I've taken off, and then under the mower there's like 5 or 6 of them under here that you got to take off in order to get this cover off. So that's going to be my first step. Then I'll be getting into the carburetor a little bit later too, but hopefully I can get a good mower out of this. It'll be a really nice self-propelled if I can. So let's get started. So the good news is that the cover is now off. You had those 4 bolts that I showed you earlier, and then you've got 7 on the bottom. 2 are right there. 1 is right here in the middle. 1's in the middle, and 2 on this side, 2 right here on the deck, and that gives you your cover off, and it gives you access to the self-propel here. So let me turn this over and see what the problem is. Obviously the cable is not going anywhere when I pull it, so I don't know if the cable is going to be completely bad on it, or if I can WD-40 it and see if I can get it so that the cable will actually stretch and return. I have a feeling it's too far gone, and I'll have to figure out how to retrofit something, or I might have one under the house, but I will just have to see, because I'm not sure. I'm just not sure. So we'll keep investigating here and see if I can either free up this cable or find another one that'll work for this. So the good news is I was able to save the self-propel cable. I was able to free it up by just using a bunch of lubricant and doing this a bunch of times. And as you can see, it's working pretty well. And so I'll put the self-propel cover back on, and I'll continue working. I think the next thing I'll have to do is some carburetor work to it, so that'll be next. So I did go around and kind of work with this. I was a little frustrated with my dryer, and so I just needed a little bit of relaxing time. But cleaned out the carburetor. The carburetor didn't look bad at all. There was barely even any old gas or gas at all in it. Washed out the gas tank. Put a new stop cable on it. So that's good to go there. It's a little tight up here at the top, but it should do the job. So I think it came off of a Craftsman or the like, or a Husqvarna, one of the two. But yeah, we'll take it down there. I'll take the bag off for right now, see if I can get it started. take it down there, see if we can get it going, and see what it does. Alright, so let's see if this thing will start. Same thing's wrong with this one as the other ones. The choke doesn't. The choke won't come off of the exhaust there, so I'm gonna have to take that arm off. That's an easy fix though. So I'll do that and. Now it's running good, but I probably have to do that, or at least lube it up to see what it might do. But hey, it runs, which is good. Let's see if the self-propel works. Self-propel works good. There's no spring on that flat, but okay. So yeah, it's a little bit more sprucing up to do to it, and I'll get to that here in just a little bit. So y'all heard the problem with it choking, getting too much fuel when I started yesterday. Started up this morning, it was doing the same thing on these Briggs. They have the auto choke on them. You have this lever here that connects to the exhaust, and over time this thing gets tight, especially if it gets left out in the rain. And so all I do is take it off, or take this, or disconnect this, and it seems to work just fine after you do that, because it doesn't have any resistance. And it's given too much resistance on the choke for the butterfly to open when it's connected to that exhaust valve over a few years. When rust gets it, that's what happens to it. So I've also got a new air filter I'm going to throw on this mower. I'll put it back together, sharpen the blade, change the oil, clean it up. We'll give it a final start. So I didn't realize that in the Toro video I did a subliminal tease of this thing, and now I'm just rounding it off. So if some of that info in the beginning of the video was repeated from that Toro video, then I apologize. I just wanted to put it all in one video for y'all. It is cleaned up, ready to go. As y'all saw, I took the choke arm off, I put a new air filter on it, sharpened the blade, put new oil in it. So she's good to go. So let me give y'all a pull here. A cold start first pull, which is good. There's the self-propel. Working good. So this will make somebody a good mower at about $120 is what I got it listed for, because it's not perfect, but it is newer and runs good. It's got the bag with it and everything. Self-propel works. Again, I just have to put cables on it too, so everything's good on it, and definitely one of the better ones out of that batch of 12 that I've got so far. I got more coming up, and I'll keep y'all updated on how they're doing and what's going on with them. So in the meantime, thank y'all for watching.